From the new All-Star skin to finally changing Marcel's ultimate logic, a new patch is here, so let's not wait and dive straight into the video. Hi guys, Kazuki here, and in this video we will unpack everything that came with patch note 2.1.68. Guys, we have finally achieved phase 1 of the giveaway. Thank you all so much for subscribing. And as promised, we are now moving forward with 25 skin giveaway. Please stay tuned. We will begin with hero adjustments. First up, Marcel, and this is really practical buff. Developers optimized his ultimate so it doesn't mess up your own team as much. They slightly reduced the wind up time, and here's the big part. Allies who have Marcel's Platinum Snap Shield will not be affected by Golden Hour. So if your teammates are shielded, your ultimate won't freeze them, which makes Marcel way safer and less troll in teamfights. Now moving to Dairot, and this is quality of life plus power curve upgrade. They don't want Dairot players to intentionally farm rage in mid-late game. So his passive now regenerates rage automatically 2% to 5% per second, scaling with level. They also shifted his core damage more towards skill 1. Skill 1 gets higher base damage and its cooldown now is scaled 6 to 4 seconds instead of being flat 5 seconds. At the same time, skill 2 cooldown is adjusted to 6 seconds, so the kit feels more consistent and less dependent on perfect rage management. Now Hanabi gets a clean buff focused on comfort. Her HP growth is slightly higher and both skill 1 and skill 2 becomes less mana punishing. Skill 1 mana is now 75 to 100 and skill 2 mana drops to 50 to 75. Now the patch moves into the big Marksman durability reshuffle. So I will explain this as who gets tougher early, who gets nerfed in growth, and who gets small utility buffs. Next is Claude. This is basically an early game sturdiness upgrade. His base HP goes up 2250 to 2380 and base physical defense rises 14 to 80. While HP growth drops slightly 133 to 130. So he's harder to punish early, but his durability scaling is kept under control. Miya is one of the big winners. She gets faster movement speed and higher base durability. Her skill 1 mana cost is reduced, basically making her lane and rotations feel smoother. The trade-off is her attack speed growth is reduced, so she is not scaling for free while also being durable. Layla also gets similar treatment, more movement speed, better base durability and cheaper skill 1 mana, but her physical attack growth is slightly reduced, again to keep the late game scaling in check. Many marksmen are getting similar durability tweaks, balancing base strength, scaling, and small skill adjustments. A couple standouts here. Irithel gets durability growth nerfed, but her skill 1 cooldown now scales down to 7 seconds, so she is more uptime later. Leslie gets a tiny mobility bump but slightly lower base HP, a small reshuffle. Moscow gets higher base durability and defense but lower HP growth. 1-1 gets small states reshuffle with movement speed adjusted. Nighton gets a durability nerf through lower HP growth. Bruno gets shifted states and mana nerf on skill 2, so it's a bit more expensive to spend. For Ixia, they are trading durability for tempo. She gets more movement speed, 240 to 250, but she becomes squishier, base HP 2320 to 2260. HP growth 170 to 155 and base defense 17 to 16. The compensation is her skill 1 becomes more threatening early. The minimum base damage jumps 50 to 100 while the maximum stays 250. So she hits harder early, but you can punish her more if she mispositions. Melissa sits in a small reshuffle category. Her base HP bumps up 2288 to 2320, but HP growth dips 160 to 155 and defense drops 18 to 17. It's basically a slight early comfort change with a small trade in scaling. With Brody, the patch clearly makes him more punishable but gives him stronger damage growth. He loses movement speed 253 to 250, base HP 2290 to 2260, HP growth 165 to 160, and base defense drops hard 20 to 16. In return, physical attack growth increases 12 to 14. So Brody becomes more high risk, high reward. If you survive and farm well, damage scaling is better, but you can't play sloppy in lane. On the utility side, Popol and Koopa gets a big mana comfort win. Even though Their base durability is slightly lower, base HP drops 2300 to 2260 and defense 17 to 60. But skill to mana cost is massively reduced 80 to 110 to 50 to 80 and skill 3 mana is normalized to 50 at all levels. So you can use your skills without feeling mana starved. Then there's Clint, which is more scaling oriented adjustment. He gets a small speed buff 240 to 245, but his base HP drops 2285 to 2260 and base defense drops to 20 to 16. The big compensation is HP growth jumping 145 to 160. So early he is a bit more fragile, but he becomes sturdier as the game goes on. Harith is simpler, base HP increases 2280 to 2320, while base defense drops 19 to 17, so more HP upfront, slightly less armor, a small profile trait. And Beatrix gets the most interesting upgrade here. Her stats are reshuffled, movement speed drops 257 to 245, HP growth 170 to 160, defense 20 to 17, while base HP increases 2290 to 2320. But the real buff is her passive. She now gains extra spell vamp equal to 100% of her lifesteal. So if you build lifesteal, she sustains harder in extended fights. That's a legit combat upgrade. Finally, Kerry gets a straightforward durability shift. Base HP 2278 to 2320. HP growth 165 to 160. Slightly safer early, slightly less growth. Now outside of gold lane, Hanzo gets a meaningful adjustment. Developers are pushing him more into a true single target burst jungler early to mid game. So his burst gets stronger, but they nerf some safety and extra value to keep it balanced. In simple terms, Hanzo becomes scarier when he commits on one target, but he is also more punishable if he misplays. Also, Rafaela gets a small quality of life update to her passive resurrection UI. You can't tap it when unavailable and it shows better info when it is available.
Hero resurrected.
Now moving on to battlefield adjustments. Dominance Eyes gets a straight range buff, but Fortress Shield and Life Banner effect range increase from 3.5 to 5. So anti-heal and defensive aura reach becomes more impactful in team fights. On the other side, Roaming Blessing gets nerfed. Last week, they let roamers gain EXP and gold through damage, vision reveal, and shared income from minions and creeps, and the result was roamers scaling way too fast. So developers are reverting some of those changes to slow down roamer from gold or EXP snowballing. And for emblems, Marksman emblem gets buffed again. Adaptive penetration goes from 5% to 10%, so Marksman will punch through defenses harder with emblem value alone. Now on to system updates. The auction house is reopened for testing on advanced server. Players can list items, browse and purchase them again. And Surprise Flip gets a new reward, including Resplendent Dragon Shard and other tradable items that can be sold in the auction house. So this is clearly the developers are pushing more untradable items, sale in marketplace gameplay. Alright, let's check out the surveys now. Alright, first one comes in looking like she's got promoted to head angel of HR, full golden glow. Second one said, forget heaven, we're going straight into boss fight mode, broken wings and well mixed colors. Third one is that purple chaos energy. Looks like she didn't choose light or dark, she chooses violence, and honestly this one feels like it will delete you before you even react. The fourth one is pure fire mode. Literally looks like she just came out on the sun itself. Fifth one pulls with that balance code behind her, light and dark both chilling, maybe inspired by Lonox legend. Sixth one is straight up Holy Queen energy. Calm, clean, this is the type that vibes your team quietly and walks away. Seventh one feels like final boss, dark cosmic wings, and weapon looks illegal. And the last one, yeah, this one is a peak classic. Freya vibes with red gold wings. As for the poll, looks like everyone loves the design number 6. You guys clearly have a taste for big mommies. If you feel you have a better taste, then why not join our WhatsApp channel and vote for the best skins. Moving on to new skins. We first have Ling All-Star skin. The sword in the depth of the ocean is a scene to watch. If you want to see their skill effects, then why not check out this video out. The link will be in the top right corner. The other member of the All-Star Tides is Pharsa. And yes, the color theme on her looks so well done. Yuzong is also a member of the All-Star Tide. I know he will be a free skin, but what's with the default background? I wish they also give him the same BG as the other two skins. Now we have two new skins, Alpha Addict of the Sand. Not gonna lie, he looks scary and dope here. The next skin is Martis, Wild Renegade. Pure rockstar vibe here. Next is the Starlight skin of Hanzo called Fangs of Slaughter. These are also updated skin for the revamp bowlers. I suggest you to watch our previous video. Alright, moving on to other updates, we have tons of new splash shots with us. First we have Pharsa All-Star skin. This one has a full Ocean Queen vibe going on, flowing red outfit, underwater effects, and that bird just look majestic. She also has a painted version. Next we have Yuzong's All-Star painted skin. This one is easily one of the coolest here. Then we move to Alpha Epic skin, full golden armor, massive blade, and that desert warrior theme hits hard. Now we have 4 new splash art of the revamp bowlers. Alright, there are also new loading screen effects. First is the loading screen effect of All-Star event. Next is the upcoming Exorcist loading background, and here is the Hirara loading screen. We got a new custom action for Pharsa and Ling. Now we have a new portrait for Obsidia Starlight skin. Let's wait for the skin effect. So there you have it, patch note 2.1.68 and everything that came with it. Now it's your turn, tell me which skin or update you like the most. Is it the new All-Star skin or the changes on Marcel's ultimate? So that will be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, keep supporting Kazuki Official.